CMA Fest number 3. Day 2. I'm sorry. We all got distracted. I'm sorry.
You can't make this stuff up.
No, you can't. You really can't.
I love country music.
It's a blast. Oh, Lord. But that's one thing about sitting here, having conversations with great people like Vinny. Everybody knows Vinny, so the whole front of our little area is open.
I don't know her.
We can see everybody walking by, and it's just like it's almost like sitting downtown Nashville watching everybody walking on Broadway.
I'm a people watcher. Dude, the airport, I'm people watching the whole time. My wife's like, "What are you doing?" I was like, "Look at that guy over there." I'll tell her whatever it is. Don't that guy look like so and so? I wonder what that dude over there's up to. Look at that guy picking his nose. I'm watching people. She's like, quit staring. You're making it obvious. I'm like, well, I can't help it. It's just the way I am,
Oh, it's hilarious. We used to ride the bikes downtown and sit on the bikes right outside of, shoot.
You leave your bike down there now and get stuck.
The stage. We sat out in front of the stage and watched people go by all the time.
Oh, yeah.
That was hilarious.
Imagine, there's too many people to watch now.
I know, right?
There's so many people downtown. Hey, listen, it's gotten like on the weekends, people wait outside for hours just to get into the bar.
Yeah.
I was like, dude, I thought y'all just need to open up the streets.
Well, they need a cart to come up where you could just buy your drinks.
Your beer,
yeah. You can just head outside.
Remember the night at the Roxbury?
Yeah.
Just outside the club? The outside the club is the inside of the club. Anyway.
It's crazy. What have you been up to, man?
Man, golly.
I mean, you had so much stuff going on the podcast.
Still rocking the podcast, man. It's growing. We're over 1,000 monthly downloads, unique, whatever monthly downloads. I don't know how would you consider it, but doing well on that and just growing on the podcast. But got my kids' book all done. Out there, kind of pushing that and doing my thing with it. New music coming out. Me and Butter actually randomly keep getting calls for shows to do trailer choir shows, which has been cool.
Well, that was what I was going to ask you because we hadn't talked in a little bit.
About a year.
And I was curious if you was actually thinking about doing some trailer choir stuff now.
Yeah, well, I mean, we've always been open to doing it. It's just that, the calls quit coming in. Mm-hmm. We didn't have anything on radio. But I think what's happened is all the kids that were like middle school, high school when Beer Gut was famous,
Yeah.
Now they're running their communities and they're booking their, their fairs now. And they're like, what about those Rocking the Beer Gut guys? And next thing you know, we're getting calls. So, I mean, now month of July, we got 2 or 3 shows. We got some pending shows for September, October. So it's like, I told Butter, me and Butter, everybody always asks, like, well, are y'all not friends anymore? I'm like, we're still best friends. We just live different lives. Butter is 14 years older than me. So, he's 53, going to be 54 this year. I'm 40. It's a different kind of lifestyle.
Oh, yeah.
And so, and also just the price of touring has changed so much.
Oh, God, it has went up so much.
It's insane. I mean, just your musicians used to, we pay $200, $250 a man. It's $500 a man now.
Yeah.
If you want them to go on the road, it's $500 a man, plus per diems and everything else. Now, I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I mean, great musicians are worth the money.
Oh, yeah.
However, if you're only getting paid $7,500... By the time you buy a plane, so you pay those guys. You got 4 guys. That's $2,000. Then you got to buy their plane tickets if you're flying.
Yeah.
By the time you buy the plane tickets, then you're looking at another $500-$600 a piece on the plane tickets.
Yep. Then the tour bus.
Now you're at $4,000+. Then if you take a tour bus, then you got to be making more than if you ain't making more than $10,000. If you ain't making $10,000 a night consistently, don't go get in the tour bus.
No.
Because it cost you. It probably cost you $2. It was about $1 a mile is basically how you could measure it out when we were doing it to run the bus. Not counting your rental, just to run the bus.
Yeah.
Now it's like $2 a mile to run the bus. Plus the amount of money you have to pay to have the bus is probably double as well.
I think you'd be better off just buying a bus.
Yeah, but then you got to keep up with the maintenance.
Go buy a Winnebago. You'll be good.
Oh, no, I like that. Winning with the Winnebago.
Yeah. I thought about it.
Winning a bago.
I thought about it. I thought about putting
or we could just win a bagel. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
But yeah, we're just doing that. My resort. I have my resort down in Perry County, Tennessee, and we're growing. It's going great. We've had concerts out there. I've been doing masterminds out there with all kinds of big businessmen.
Awesome.
Roofing has become like the new gold rush,
Well, yeah. Look at all the tornadoes here lately.
Dude, it's tornadoes, hurricanes, everything. The wrath of God is just keeping the roofers in business, basically. All the cicadas, now you got squash cicadas all over your driveway. Somebody's got to come pressure wash that. So if I was a roofing company, I'd go ahead and have a couple pressure washers, too. It's like, you don't need your roof done. Well, how about we go ahead and pressure wash your house while we're already here? Just $250. It's done in 30 minutes.
You're done. You wouldn't have to worry about nothing.
Let's go into business together, Dave.
I actually have a pressure washer.
All right, well, let's do it. Now, it's got to be 7,500 PSI.
I think
Or at least 3,500.
I think it's 3,500.
Yeah, 3,500.
It's one of the small ones.
We can clean some stuff with that now.
Now, a buddy of mine's got a pressure washer. You can actually etch concrete with it.
Oh, yeah, no. I learned a lesson the hard way on that. My buddy hired me. He said, hey, man, and it was actually Dale from that was in Blackhawk, the drummer for Blackhawk. Guitar player for Blackhawk back in the day. So Dale calls me, Dale Oliver. He says, hey, man, can you come pressure wash my driveway and stuff? I'm like, man, I ain't never pressure washed before. He goes, oh, I got the pressure washer. You can just put it on the side. I'm like, all right. So I put it on there, and I'm trying out the different little nozzle things, and I put one of these nozzles on. I'm telling you, I put a hole in the concrete, and I felt awful about it. And I feel great about that. I felt awful about he goes, well, I didn't even know it'd do that, Vinny. I said, where'd you get this pressure washer? He goes, I rented it from Troy Built or Sunbelt Rentals.
Oh, God.
And I'm like, man, that's probably for like big time commercials.
Oh, yeah.
Either that or I just got too close. Either way, I can't remember what it was on its own little trailer and everything.
Yeah.
So.
A buddy of mine's got one, and it's got that round rotating brush.
Oh, yeah, that thing's great.
That thing is just like, man, it wears it out. It don't take you. We're supposed to be talking about music. We're talking about construction shit, you know.
I got news for you, Dave. We're old.
Yeah.
This is interesting to me now.
Oh, yeah. It's I think when you hit 58 or so, you start looking at World War II documentaries.
Shit, I started doing that at like 18. I listen, I do. I love documentaries and stuff. My wife's like, people would probably never believe that you sit around and watch educational stuff all the time.
It's crazy.
Because I'm such a goofball, but I really do. I mean, I enjoy learning about stuff.
Yeah, it's interesting.
And it's knowledge that I haven't used to make any money yet. Jeopardy, hadn't been on Jeopardy yet, basically.
I wish they bring the Hollywood Squares back.
Oh, I thought no, that wouldn't.
Remember it had Paul Lynde and all of them?
I remember Hollywood Squares. I'm just trying to remember. Oh, no, they brought back the pyramid, the $100,000 pyramid. They brought that.
Yeah, they bring that back.
That one's a little different. Anyway.
I just wish they would do it.
Oh, now back to music.
Back to music.
What have you been singing lately?
Well, let's see. I think I was singing My Sharona earlier while I was in the shower.
My Sharona.
One of the most risque songs put out back in the day.
Yeah, boy, can't compare nothing to now.
No, you can't.
WAP, 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 WAP. Can we talk about WAP on this podcast? Well, I think we saw some WAP a while ago.
Yeah, pretty much. I was totally distracted. I know that.
Country music never ceases to amaze me.
No, it's crazy.
Speaking of that, Darian Lee over there.
Yeah, I know.
She's cute.
She's been on my phone. She's been on my show before.
Hey, she's amazing.
I told her she'd have to come to the studio.
She ain't as pretty as me, but she's okay.
Well, I mean,
we can't all live like this every day.
You got high cheekbones, so
I do. Every time I smile, my eyes disappear. It's great. I get it from my mom. She always said, "Hey, we're part Cherokee," and I believed it my whole life until I got my 23andMe done. Guess what? 0.
Yeah, 0.
Not even like point something, nothing. 0, 0, 0.
Yeah.
I had more West African in me than I had Cherokee Indian. So
see, mine was more Scottish and Irish.
Oh, that's what I am. That's all I am.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And so I found out while I was doing that, Hickerson, anything that ends in son, Johnson, Hickerson, it's son of Hick or son of John.
Yeah.
So I learned that while I was going through my 23andMe. Anyways, back to music.
I haven't done that before.
Well, now I'm convinced that they have a blood sample from me now and they can clone me. So
yeah,
but I'm not a conspiracy theorist. But what I was going to
are you playing any shows here?
I'm playing tonight. Well, tonight I'm hosting a show at Teddy's.
Okay.
And we got Taylor Holder, we got Julia Cole, we've got Brandon Conway. Have you heard that guy yet?
Haven't heard of him yet.
But Brandon, he went viral on TikTok for singing Michael Jackson and sounding exactly like him.
Wow.
Got like 2 million followers, and he's starting to blow it up. He's a great kid. I just met him this week. He's going to be there. Jay Allen's going to be there. So we got a great lineup for that show, and I get to host it. And, I was going to play music at it, but I was like, I'll let all these youngsters do that, and I'll just talk about them.
Oh, yeah. You can just set off to the side. Not worry about it.
Yeah. Let them pay for the band members. I was like, I got here for free and got the same promotion that you got.
Oh, yeah.
So,
you going to playing any shows? Like, you got any tours coming up or anything?
So I just played, actually, June 29th, I'm going to be playing in Perry County.
Okay.
On the Music on Main. It's my hometown, so I'm playing that. I just played last week at my little resort.
Well, see, that's more what I was aiming at, because after all this, I think I'm going to have to book a place at your resort to just chill out for a minute.
You need to come. You need to come. I'll put you in the apartment. You ain't got to pay. Just pay the cleaning fee.
Okay.
I got you. You'll love it out there, dude. Just go on the river, go fish every day, go ride, go tubing, do a 5-mile tube float.
Sweet.
Don't mess with any snakes.
Well, I don't mess with snakes.
People are
anyway.
like, how do I know the difference between a poisonous one and one that's not poisonous?
The head's bigger.
Yeah. I tell them, well, I could get down and tell you one's got a triangular head, one's got a circular head. I said, or I could just tell you, just leave them all alone.
Yeah, that's what I do.
You ain't got to worry about it.
I ain't got to worry about
The only one you're going to have to worry about is water moccasins, because if you happen to see a water moccasin, which is very rare to see, if you see one, they're coming at your ass.
Dude, me and my dad went fishing one time, and we were following the bank around and just bass fishing.
Yeah.
And he's up front, I'm in the back, right in the driver's seat, right there at the center console, all that stuff. There was like 5 water moccasins dropped out of the tree.
Yep.
Right in that spot.
People are like, oh, they just fell out of the tree. I'm like, no. Water moccasins are an aggressive snake. They will come after your ass.
Yeah.
You could just be minding your own business. They coming right at you.
Oh, yeah. They'll race.
But like I said, most of the time in Tennessee, when you see a snake in the water, it's a Tennessee water snake, which is completely harmless. Leave them alone.
Oh, yeah.
In fact, if you want less water moccasins, leave that Tennessee water snake alone.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
because he'll eat them.
Chicken snakes, bull snakes, king snakes, all those things. Leave them alone. Don't kill them. Just leave all of them alone, and then we'll have the poisonous ones will get eaten by the ones that are non-poisonous.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and then we ain't got to worry about it.
I found out the other day.
She's like, no.
Yeah,
she's like, I'm wrecking shop on every one of them.
Pretty much, and she does.
I get it.
But I found out there was a freaking law where you're not supposed to kill any snakes in Tennessee.
Yeah, I looked that up.
It is a law, and it started with the rattlesnakes. I'm like, well, I'll just go ahead and let you know. As soon as I hear a rattler, I'm looking for a shovel.
Yep.
Or a gun, or a big old rock, whatever I can. I'm going to kill it. I don't care.
You'll find me climbing a tree.
Just know, if you have to bail me out of jail, it's because I killed a snake, then I think everybody will be okay with it. Yeah.
Well, I think it's like if you're in danger. So if it's coming after you or you're scared, then it's okay.
Well, the only one in Tennessee that's going to come after you is going to be the water moccasin.
Mm-hmm.
Copperheads, they're only going to strike you if you get too close to them. Now, you might step right beside them and not know you stepped right beside them because you can't see them when they're in the woods.
Yeah.
So they're being aggressive, but it's because you almost stepped on them. You know, same thing. Rattlesnakes, they're the reason they rattle. They warn you. But now I've started noticing rattlesnakes ain't rattling as much as they used to.
Not as much as they used to. No.
Used to, I'd be walking out. We're gonna say we're gonna go this way. We're just gonna take a little detour right.
Yeah. You'd be like 6, 7, 8 foot away from them, and they would start rattling. Now it's not like that.
They said, look at these water moccasins.
And thank you for tuning in to the National Geographic Hour with Bigg Vinny.
Hey, the one thing you can know, and you can put the bank on this. Whenever me and David Bradley do a podcast, you don't know what the hell's going to happen.
You never know. You just talk about any kinds of shit. We don't even talk about
music. We just be buddies and talk. Hell, whenever I was first meeting you through Corrine Chapman, not first meeting you, but first getting to go to this podcast, I think we talked for like an hour on the phone.
Yeah. Yeah,
I didn't realize it because he was sitting there talking to me. I didn't realize I was sitting there. I was like, yeah, I'll come wherever. I thought he was in like Hendersonville or somewhere.
No, Portland.
Like, no, I'm in Portland, Tennessee. I'm like, well, shit, I ain't ready for that. I can't even get there in time for that. So, anyways, we had to reschedule. He probably thought I was a flake, which I'm not.
No, but I will say this because I told Caitlin about it. You was amongst the first group of people that actually agreed to be on my show, and watching how you are and how you build things and do stuff, you've helped me out a lot.
Oh, well, thank you.
And I really appreciate it.
Well, I'm just glad to get to be on the show. Continue now that you're getting so big and having all the big stars on that you still let me come be on the show. So thank you for that.
Dude, you're welcome on this show any freaking time. You walk up, I'll tell somebody.
I'm a co-host now.
Yeah, there we go.
Also, I need 50% of the profit.
Oh, yeah. Who are you again? I'm sorry.
He's like, profit? Yeah, he's like profit. We're doing a podcast. We ain't getting no profit.
Yeah, I got paid for the podcast.
As you keep building it, you can get some money on podcast. I got a buddy that does what's called the Blurry podcast.
Yeah.
His name's Luke Rogers, which if you know the Aaron Rodgers, the famous quarterback, it's his older brother.
Yeah.
And it's all about Bigfoots.
That is amazing.
And they did a conference here and had 500 people pay like $500 a piece to come be in it.
Wow.
To come sit into their podcast and watch them talk about Bigfoot. I was like, damn it. All right, Loch Ness Monster. Loch Ness Monster coming up next. We're going to be talking about Lockie. Nessie.
Yeah, well, I mean, they've even got several podcasts that talks about, what in the hell is she doing? They talk about aliens.
Well, I talk about aliens all the time.
Well, that's their specialty. That's all they talk about.
I'm like, in a world torn by fear. No, listen.
And everybody says I got the good voice. You got the better voice.
No, yours is natural. I have to make mine sound that way. You just talk and beautiful pours out,
No. I wished.
But, I like talking about aliens. I do. Because I've seen stuff in my life that I'm like.
Well, driving the truck. I've seen stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
Especially out in Arizona, New Mexico.
There is no Arizona.
There is no Arizona? Did it fall off?
Jamie O'Neill told us.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
There is no Arizona, no painted desert, no Sedona. Shay Smith wrote that song. She wrote 12 number ones.
Wow.
She wrote that. She wrote Single White Female. She wrote One Boy, One Girl. She's one of my favorite songwriters.
That is insane.
All these like songs that are like they're staples,
Yeah.
But anyways, let's get back to music.
Yeah, I still got a side note though. Corrine started her own podcast.
I did not know that.
Yes, it's called the Good Enough Woman.
Oh, I like it.
Dude, she's getting like downloads like crazy.
Hey, listen, that's what it takes. You talk about people something that people want to hear about.
Yeah, it's woman's self-help.
That's great. She was my first crush. I came to write with my buddy Ken Harrell at his office on 813 18th Avenue South. And I got in there and I saw her picture on the wall. I was like, oh, my God, who's that? He goes, that's Corrine Chapman. And I was like, well, she is gorgeous. He's like, yeah. And I don't know if she was engaged or boyfriend, whatever he was at the time.
I think boyfriend at the time.
Yeah, at the time. And then I was like, well, that sucks. But anyways, then we ended up becoming friends. And, she was my first little Nashville crush.
Aww.
So we've maintained a friendship ever since then. She's amazing. So.
She is a great woman.
She is.
And it amazes me how she is. She's running a business, running a podcast, taking care of 2 kids.
Break dancing.
You got her break dancing?
No, but I would be cool if I did. I'm just making sure of how much time we got because I'll sit here and talk to you all day.
I know, it's crazy.
Let me just make sure where I got to be next.
There is no telling where you got to be next.
I think you have 10 minutes.
Where am I at?
I don't know.
David Bradley Show.
It's amazing all the itineraries.
Kicks Country, Australia. I got to go all the way to Australia? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Kicks Country. I just make sure I know.
We have a driver waiting on you to take you to the airport.
I mean, I actually have a teleportation device that I created a couple years ago with my alien friends.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Blue button or red button?
I go red button,
Red button? Yeah. Okay. I'm just making sure.
I like to hit the alerts. Anyway.
I want to come out to the resort when you're playing a show out there.
Okay.
I just want to come hang out.
I just did it last week, but it'll happen again. Probably 4th of July, if I had to guess.
You thinking?
Yeah. I like 4th of July. It's on a Thursday this year.
You can have a lot of fun with it.
Yeah, you can blow stuff up.
Yeah, that's the fun part.
I want to be on stage playing while the fireworks are blowing up over my head. I don't want to be playing courtesy of the red, white, and blue.
There you go. That would be awesome,
American girls and American guys, they'll always stand up and salute. They'll always recognize. I love Toby.
I loved him, too. One of my big things, because I had my show, everything on the billboard out here.
Yeah.
I wanted that Toby Keith song playing in the background.
Don't let the old man in.
No. How do you like me now?
Yeah, I like that. But also, we both got to sing "Don't Let the Old Man In."
Yeah, pretty much.
Because you're what, 46 now?
Hell no, I'm 58, dude.
Yeah. I'm trying to give you props, bro.
I know, but I appreciate it. I really do.
I'm trying to add 12 years onto your life, and here you are. No, wait, I was trying to take away 12 years. You're trying to add it on.
Yeah,
I guess honesty is the best policy, though.
I was a little wilder.
You'd be surprised how many times I meet people. They're like, I'm 28. I'm like, I've been here with you for 20 years.
Yeah.
Was you 12 when we started?
You got a record contract at 12, really?
Well, there's been a few of those.
Yeah.
Billy Gilman.
Yeah.
Jessica Andrews.
Yeah.
What's her name? Leanne Rhymes.
We ought to start a show where we're just talking about other people.
That's what we've just doing the whole time here.
I know. That's what I'm saying. That'd be a hell of a show.
I feel like, you know, if we talk about other people, hey, by the way, you can go download my music. But while you're there, check out my buddy, Jared Blake. And then make sure you listen to the David Bradley podcast. Every episode, download it.
You know, but that's the way it used to be.
Yeah.
Everybody helped out everybody. Everybody, you know, pumped up everybody.
That's still the Nashville way. But as L.A. and New York and things migrate into Nashville.
Oh, that's a knife in your back.
It definitely becomes more of a competition type thing. And I'm okay with it. I get that. But I'm still going to be the guy that supports my friends. And,
yeah.
You know, it's funny. My wife would be like, you'll post somebody else's song more than you post your song. I'm like, I know. It seems weird to me to sit there and talk about yourself the whole time.
Yeah. It really is.
Like social media, I mean, in order to do it, you have to have a little bit of vanity. Like, you have to be a little bit vain to get on there every single day and be like, hey, guys, follow me, do my thing, listen to my new song. I mean, like, it's hard for me to do. It's like, I want to, like, give you something that you can take home with you.
Well, see, every time I think about doing something like that or just talking about me or just talking about, you know, the show in general, the only thing keeps popping in my head is Carly Simon. You're so vain.
You're so vain. I bet you think this song is about you. You're so vain. I think didn't Taylor Swift did a cover of that song, right?
I think. I don't know. Did she?
She can do anything she wants. She could fart in a can and be #1 hit.
And sell for $29.95.
Yeah. Well, people do. Oddly enough, it's a weird trending thing where people buy farts.
You're kidding.
No, you go check it out. It's on the internet.
And
they'll have these hot girls farting like a Pringles can or like a jar. And I'm telling you. Hey, look, somebody's calling me.
Probably your next interview.
Probably Taylor Swift.
Hey.
She does love me, by the way. She used to, back when she was in country music. We were on sister labels. So.
I thought she was still in country music.
No.
No? What is she doing this time?
Well, her last album was kind of like folky kind of thing, I guess. What would you call it? Her last album.
I mean, I don't listen to her.
I didn't either. Listen, I listened.
She's more pop.
But this last one that came out was a little bit more acoustic-y style. I think for me, like, it stopped probably after that, like, Back to December. I love that song. When she went into the pop world, I liked some of the songs, and then the one she did before this record, I was like, I didn't like it. Sorry, Swifties, don't be mad at me. I know most of David Bradley's listeners are Swifties, so
pretty much.
I didn't like it, and I've always been a fan. I've always thought the world of her. She was so sweet to me. We were on sister labels back in the day with Show Dog and Big Machine, and got to spend some time with her, played some shows with her. Always a sweet person, so nothing there. I just didn't enjoy that music as much as I enjoyed her old music.
Who was your favorite?
Favorite what?
Favorite person to go on the road with the tour?
Oh, Toby.
Toby?
It's not even a question. Like, I mean, obviously he signed us. I'm partial to him, but he taught me so much. He spent time with us that he didn't have to spend with us. You know.
Yeah. I always heard he was just down home, really great guy.
And a lot of people take him wrong because he's actually an introvert. He's very quiet.
Yeah.
You know. Now, once he gets, you know, comfortable with everybody around, because he takes in everything. Like he sees things before people even do it. Like it's like. Well, he used to.
Kind of like wait for it.
Yeah.
Wait for it.
Yeah, I mean, he could call stuff out, but he just was one of those dudes that whenever, like his catering, it was open to everybody from the lowest paid grunt that was a local guy that was just there to haul gear. You ate at the same table as Toby when you were working on his thing. All the way up to Toby. I mean, there was no like, no, you go sit over there. And I mean, I've opened for people before where it's like they had their catering and they're part of the tent and everything else, and you don't dare go over there, and this is yours, you know, and don't come over here. Toby ain't like that. The tent was open. Hey, come on in. And every he had High Tops Catering was the name of the catering company. They were phenomenal, out of Baltimore, Maryland. They did for every meal there was a bird, a fish, and a steak of some sort. At every single lunch and dinner. Now, breakfast was all breakfast food and things like that. Yeah. They always made specialty cookies. They always, and everybody, and he just told them, like, hey, just know anybody that's here today is welcome to come in here and eat. You didn't have to have a little ticket or a pass, or I mean, you had to have your credentials or whatever. Right. It wasn't like somebody would just walk in off the street, come eat. But anybody that was working there and working as part of that show that day was welcome. And I always think about that, because I think for us in the South at least, having dinner with people and inviting them to your house to sit at your table, I mean, that's a sign of respect, where I come from. Oh, yeah. And so Toby, he's showing them respect by saying, hey, you get to sit at my table, you get to eat my food,
Well, that's like when you come to the house and we're sitting at the dining room table.
Yeah.
Julie, she's got food there.
When are y'all still down in Portland?
Yeah, we're in Portland.
Why are y'all so far away?
Because studios cost so damn much.
This is a fact.
I'm not paying $200 to $300 an hour to do a show. I'm not doing it.
We should open our own studio and let other people pay us $200 to $300.
Actually, my dream is to open up a big warehouse area and have like 4 podcast rooms. And
you're about to get in trouble, bro.
For smaller bands, have cheaper practice rooms for them.
I like it.
Nothing but money.
I use Tommy Dalton's. He lets me rent it out for $200 for however long I need.
Yeah, I know.
And it's got all the stuff in it. Tommy's great. Let me do this real quick because I know we got to go.
You got to do it.
Julie's gonna give us the
and don't forget the .com this time.
.com. Yeah, you can go to BiggVinnyOfficial.com. That's big with 2 G's. I'm too big for 1 G. Bigg Vinny Official. Anywhere you want to find me on any platform, just type in BIGG, and I'll usually be the first one that pops up. So Bigg Vinny Official with 2 G's. Anyways, I love y'all. David Bradley, you're amazing. Thanks for having me on the podcast. And I got to go to Australia now.
Yay. Appreciate you being on. I love you, brother. We'll see you. Bye, y'all.
Toodles.
Toodles.
I don't know why I did that in the head.